Hi guys, I'm Johanna and this is Next, a weekly vlog where I talk about performing and what's coming up next. Now the purpose of this vlog is to share and interact more with my current audience while building audience members. I really love talking about performing and what's important to me about it, and I really would like to interact with people and ask them those same questions. So that's why I started this thing. I like to have 3 sections each week. First, we'll talk about the weekend recap, like what I've done this week and what performing or auditions or, musings about art, what concerts I've seen, that kind of stuff. Second, I want to talk about what's coming up next for me, further auditions or further performances. Then, third, I want to talk about something a little more in depth, something maybe that was on my mind this week as an artist, or that I discovered while I was performing, or maybe address some of the questions you guys might have about my performing or about performing in general, or talk about your comments, that kind of stuff. All right, so this week in recap, we closed Light Opera Works, now Musical Theater Works, Die Fledermaus on January 1st, which is my birthday. It was a 2-month process, so we started rehearsing in November, music and dancing and singing, and lots of comedy. It was a really fun process. Light Opera Works, now Musical Theater Works, is an established company in Chicago. They've been doing a lot of musical theater throughout the years, and it's something that really works for them. So I'm excited to see what happens. Anyway, this process was a lot of fun. It was 2 months of me. I was singing in the chorus and also covering a principal role, the role of Adele, who's the maid in the show, who wants to be a great actor. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of comedy. I got to meet some really great people and understudy for a fantastic singer, actress, and dancer. Wow, she was a great dancer too. And just all around great human being named Kelly Britt. That was really, really fun. And I also, this week, auditioned for a new church job. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll let you know when I find out. All right, so second. Coming up next, I've got an audition tomorrow for Davenport's Piano Bar in Wicker Park. They're looking for new cabaret acts. Hey, you guys, they're looking for new cabaret acts. If you're a cabaret artist, get out there. This past summer, a friend of mine, John Cockrell, and I did a one-woman skiki. John was the pianist. And Johnny Skiki is a comedy, and what I did was tell the story and sing a lot of the music, and it was a lot of fun. So I wanted to bring that to the piano bar because I think that would suit it really well. So that audition's tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how that goes. And then next Friday starts the Ballet of Solo with Lifeline Theater. I think we're doing it at Heartland Studios for my contribution, but I'm going to be telling the Adventure in Italia story that I told a few years ago now. Wow, a few years ago now for the Lifeline Theater Storytelling Project. So that's going to be really, really fun too. Sarah Jenks is slated to play for me for that, and I really love working with her. I'm going to tell this great story and incorporate Mimi's aria, so it's going to be great. That's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to working in this capacity with Lifeline Theater because they've invited me to do a few things with them here and there in the past. But this is the first time I've gotten to do the Ballet of Solo, so I'm very excited. There's a lot of great performers coming from all over the city. No pressure. All right, so for my little in-depth part of this video today, I wanted to talk about what it was like to cover a role because I had never done that before this show with Light Opera Works, Die Fledermaus. The easiest thing I can say about it was that it wasn't easy. My experience was that the hardest part about it was sort of switching back and forth between the mindset of the person who was the principal artist and the person who was in the chorus. And it's not because you act any differently when you are a principal artist or you're in the chorus. You know, you still think about your character, you still build upon what text you have to say, and you know what's happening in the scene, when you come and when you go, who you interact with. All those things matter in the same way. But the part that was hard for me was having those two people in my head at the same time, and especially when those two people were actually in the same scene together. Wow, I had never experienced such a mind bending experience as that. There was one song in particular where Adele would sing and the chorus would back her up, and I would consistently have to rein my brain in and say, hey brain, okay, this is the part when we're singing this. And what I actually found I ended up doing was separating the two experiences. So I would, instead of in rehearsal, like listening to Adele and thinking about what I would sing or how I would sing if I had to sing that as Adele, I would just focus on my chorus character. But in my own rehearsal time at home, then go back and rehearse those parts as Adele separately from my time on stage. And that's how I worked through it. I don't know how other people have done it or do it now. I'm really curious. If there's anybody out there who wants to give me some pointers, I would love it. But that was my experience with that. It was frustrating, but also enlightening. And I look forward to, working through it more in the future with further covering roles, hopefully. Anyway, that is next for this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will talk to you on Monday next.